I'm Prometea, you're watching Tyrannosaurus Girl, and today I'm answering the question, how would a change in gender work in a society without a social construct of gender? Now, it's a very interesting question, and it's a nice mental exercise to have. Of course, there is no way to know for sure because we don't live in such a society. However, what one would think is that in a society that doesn't have a social construct of gender, then newborns would not be assigned a gender. And as a consequence, there would be no expectations from their parents on the role that they are going to play, on how they are going to behave, how they are going to dress. So these children would be allowed to develop freely and grow into whatever gender expression they have. It would happen organically without any type of pressure from society, and people would not be surprised to see a person with a beard wearing a dress, for example. Now, we do have actually some data on this regards, because there are some schools in different parts of the world where children are treated in a gender-neutral way. I know a specific person who is both genderqueer and intersex. Those are two different things. Genderqueer means that they do not exactly align with the concept of a man, of a woman, and intersex means that they were born with a certain biological condition in which they are not exactly male or female either. They have physical characteristics of both, and they are raising their children without assigning them a gender, using gender-neutral pronouns. And they attend a school in which they also use gender-neutral pronouns for all the children. And what has been observed so far is that these kids, one, they develop normally, and two, there is not a particularly high rate of transgender children, which is an irrational fear that some people have, that we can somehow indoctrinate children into being transgender. And three, that when they reach a certain age, a certain level of self-awareness, they simply choose their own pronouns. So probably in a society without a social construct of gender we would see the same. Now that doesn't mean that there would be no changes at all, because some studies indicate that transsexuality is related to some differences in the brain structure. It looks like there are male and female brains with differences between them, and of course the difference can be in a continuum also. They are not always in these two extremes, but somehow these differences in the brain caused during the development in the mother's womb affect how this brain expects its body to be. And when that doesn't match is when we have gender dysphoria, which, because of all the degrees in which this difference can occur, is that we have some people who are trans but only need to change their gender expression, their pronouns and their names in order to feel complete, to feel satisfied as their own gender, while some people need to go through a medical transition with physical changes to their body in order to feel at peace. So because that is a biological reality, not a social construct, is that we will still have these changes occurring in the society. However, I can imagine that there will be much less pushback against them. It will be much easier to obtain them without any type of rejection. Well, hopefully someday we can get to that point. Thank you very much for the question, it was very interesting. I would like to hear your comments about this. So please tell me here in the comments how you think the society would be. If you have any other questions or any other subject that you would like me to discuss in future videos, please tell me here in the comments as well, or through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, or Ask.fm. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and see you again next week. Bye bye!